Hello, my most amazing artists. This month we're looking at the art of the Impressionists. Artist Mary Cassatt was an Impressionist. She was born in 1844 in Pennsylvania and died in 1926. She lived much of her adult life in France. While many of her fellow Impressionists were focused on landscapes and street scenes, Cassatt became famous for her portraits. She was especially drawn to women in everyday domestic settings, especially mothers with their children. For this week's assignment, we are going to be looking at her painting titled The Tea, and we are going to focus on the subject matter of teacups. Here is a close-up of the teacup that is sitting on the coffee table, and you can see here is also a drawing of teacups stacked one inside the other. Let's get started on this week's lesson. You will need a piece of paper, a pencil, and something to color with. The first thing you want to do is start by drawing an oval shape somewhere closer to the bottom of your paper. And then on either side, you want to make diagonal lines down and then a curved line on the bottom. You can add a handle for your teacup, however you would like to add your handle. And then you want to make the saucer. Another oval is going to go underneath the bottom of the cup, and then you're going to make another oval around that. And that will look like it's a little saucer or a little plate underneath your teacup. What we are doing is creating teacups that are stacked one on top of the other or one inside of the other. So when you start to draw the next teacup, you're going to make an oval again, the diagonal lines, and then this time you won't need to make the bottom because that's actually inside the other teacup. But make sure that you add a handle. You can see I need to erase the little line from the back of the mug on the one oval right there every time you stack another cup. If this video is going too fast, please pause the video and catch up so you can draw along with me. Friends, remember though, when you draw your teacups, they don't have to look exactly like my teacups. Your teacups are going to be unique, just like you. I have used 5 teacups in my design. I would love to know how many teacups you can create. Will you have 2, 3, 4, more than 5? I can't wait to see who can stack the most teacups in their drawing. When you're done, you want to add a line that goes behind that first teacup so it looks like your teacups are sitting on a table. It's time to add the color. Remember, the Impressionists were not concerned with making their images super sharp. They looked a little more foggy. So to create that effect, I've actually used some shorter brush strokes and I've layered different colors on top of one another. Usually they are in the same color family, like different kinds of blues, or sometimes the color is next to that particular color on the color wheel. For example, if I use blue, green is next to blue on the color wheel, so I've also mixed and blended colors that way. As you are coloring, I want you to think about the element of art known as value. Value is how light or dark your color is. Value is responsible for the appearance of texture and light in art. You can see here I am creating texture through my value, and in some areas I'm keeping the value lighter, and in other areas where I think a shadow might be, I would make it a little darker. When you are finished coloring in each one of your teacups, then I want you to focus on the background. How can you create a background for your teacups? I'm actually going to use a method known as scumbling. I'm using the side of my crayon to create a texture on the bottom underneath the saucer, and I'm just using the side of my crayon and I'm just scumbling right around, making it a little darker right underneath the saucer there and creating a beautiful texture. The Impressionists love to use scumbling in their artworks when they created their paintings. Now friends, if you did not want to color your teacups like this, you could also use line, pattern, and designs and do something totally different. Remember, we are just inspired by Mary Cassatt's The Tea, but you could decide to do your teacups a whole different way and put a whole different twist on it. Here's another way that you could create your teacups with patterns and lines and designs. And then on the background you can see I made a whole bunch of different lines and I repeated a different pattern each time. As artists, we are inspired by so many different things, but we get to make the choice of how we're going to create our final project using our imagination and our creativity. So remember, for this project, the subject matter that we are all drawing is teacups, but you can choose how you are going to finish your artwork, how you're going to color it, what you're going to do, and how you are going to create. As always, friends, don't forget to fill out the Google form when you are finished to receive credit. And I would love to see what you create. Please share your art on Flipgrid or email me on Schoology. Friends, until next time, stay creative.